Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming. My name is Hollow, and today I have the power of the gods! Who threw that? Oh, I gotta leave. This is the Bolt of Gransax. It is one of the legendary armaments you can find in the game. Other legendary armaments might be, say, the Moonlight Greatsword, known as the Dark Moon Greatsword in this game, or the Grafted Blade Greatsword, or the Ruins Greatsword. Man, we love greatswords in this game. And I have the power of faith without any faith. As you can see, my faith is currently sitting at a 17, and yet I am throwing out lightning bolts, and they are beautiful in red. That is because I am not using faith magic in any way. I'm actually using a dex spear with an incredible Ash of War on it that allows me to throw lightning without any faith. So what's fascinating about this weapon is, yes, it's actually a dex weapon that uses what you would imagine is a faith spell, the lightning throw, with a 0 faith requirement and a whopping 40 dex requirement to even use this thing. However, it has solid base physical damage and comes with baseline lightning damage. So even your basic hits will cause the enemy to suffer that red lightning effect, doing bonus damage, especially to those weak to lightning. The weapon itself scales poorly at a strength of D and dex of D, unfortunately. However, the base stats are so strong that this actually means you could go for the 20 strength and 40 dex to use it, and then not worry about going beyond that, spending your points on other things, like maybe mind, so you can throw more of these lightning spears using the ancient lightning spear Ash of War attached to the Bolt of Gransax. Here's some perfect target practice for you, with these poor old giants lugging this away. That is almost half the health in one throw. Now, I think that's pretty impressive, because I'm currently using a +5 bolt. We could get this all the way to +10. As a spear, you have a normal spear moveset, which comes with a lot of perks. For example, if you didn't know, while blocking with a spear, you can attack at the same time. I am still guarding while striking. The Ash of War itself flies at a ridiculously fast pace, meaning, with a headshot, my god, the damage is nuts, meaning in PvP it's going to be very hard to dodge that. And you can catch people off guard with it pretty effectively. I would say this is a very effective and good spear choice, especially if you're interested in spears in general. The fact that you can get yourself some faith magic without any faith means that you can go for an open build, you know? We could run some pyromancy or some sorcery, whatever you want. Instead of putting points into faith and going that line to get lightning magic, we have it as part of the Ash of War, so we just have that as our toolkit. Or we could go full on super faith build and become the lightning warrior in true, if that's what you want to do. But more importantly, you need to know how to get this weapon. Fortunately, it is a easy process once you have reached a certain point in the game. You will need to have unlocked the Altus Plateau and made it to the Golden City. To enter Leyndell, you must come to the northeastern side here, the capital rampart, and cross the bridge here, defeating the guardian that blocks your passage, and wind and work your way through the city until eventually you start climbing the routes and coming up to this main building right here, the Erd Tree Sanctuary, which is where I'm standing right now, that grace over there. If we turn around from that grace, away from the tree, and walk out here, hey, there is a room down here on my right, and it has an elevator in it, which is exactly where we need to go to get the spear. Coming down the elevator then, we can see a monument to the lore of this weapon. It's pretty incredible. A great ancient dragon, Gransax, once rained calamity upon the royal capital. This was the only time that Leyndell's walls had fallen. So this is a monument to that event. The giant dead dragon and the giant version of the spear we're holding. It's really cool. I think the legendary ornaments is just a really fun addition to the Soul series, you know, the more unique and interesting and lore-heavy weapons that are represented in the game in some way. We've seen things like Moonlight Greatsword in all of the games, and it's nice to see them, you know, start to experiment with some more, like this spear. Either way, we must come down to this balcony via the route I've just shown you, and this crack right here in this barrier is the location that you need to drop down. As you can see, we safely drop onto this, and then we drop onto the spear. Carefully climbing it, It is a little bit slippy. I do jump over this. And right here, in this location that I'm standing, I'll show the clip of me actually picking it up, is the location of the spear. So once you reach the plateau, which you can do fairly early on in the game, honestly, we can come here and get the spear and get our lightning warrior going immediately. If you are interested in using the weapon, then here's some little tips for you. I would definitely recommend you level your mind for this build, certainly more than I did, to run it. It is pretty expensive on the FP using the Ash of War. As you can see, it's taking about 25% of my FP bar each time I cast it. That's fairly expensive. I can only throw it 4 times. So leveling some of your FP will definitely help. I also really recommend the Carrion Filigree Crest because that lowers the FP consumed by skills, right? In fact, by an incredible amount. Because if I was not wearing this, let me take it off. Watch how expensive it is when I don't have that on. It's about 30% of the bar. So I only get 3 throws instead of 4. Now, because this is an Ash of War based build, just like my other build with the Greatsword, it is incredibly good when you summon the Mimic tier summon, who is obviously going to spam your Ash of War abilities without that worry about FP. And it's an incredibly effective ranged throw, so it's awesome to have this. A ranged companion doing this much lightning damage is sick. That's some cool stuff to do with the weapon itself, but I want to talk about the spears in general, their movesets. I think they have incredible movesets. For example, they have one of the best mounted R2s in the game. As you can see, what I can do is I can hold heavy and then, like a lance, just walk through enemies and it will hit them. Or L2 to do on the other side, just plunging into them. I can let go to do the final hit, or I can just hold it and walk through the enemy, which really helps with sometimes the awkward mounted combat. For the spear moveset itself, though, we do have a really quick and single target focused plunge attack. It's not very good at AoE, but it does come out really quick, and if you're trying to target a specific enemy like an exploding slime in a pack of enemies, that can be good. We have a really effective long-range 4-hit light attack combo, finishing with that extra wind-up thrust. This is a very thrust-based weapon, obviously, so if you want to reach a bit higher, you can do a crouch R1 and do a sort of vertical upwards swing, which is a nice utility. Overall, it's a reliable, quick weapon, and damn, that like lightning attack effect whenever you deal damage to anything, just it looks really cool on the target. But that's my quick look at the Bolt of Gransax, the legendary armament spear, and of course where to get it and what I think about it. Some general advice for that. Good luck if you're going to try run it or use spears in general. I think this is an incredible dex option and could make for the basis of some really cool builds. Plus, it's a pretty cool design. I quite like it. Especially with Radahn's armor here. It matches quite well. For now, though, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope this helped. If it did, please drop a like on the video so we can keep making videos like this. But until next time, I've been Hollow. You've been you. Thanks for watching.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.